Hello, and here we are for round 5 of the F1 2018 THL League, and it takes us to a rainy Spain. So, of course, last time it rained in Spain was actually the last time I won in AOR. Actually, no, sorry, I won in Singapore as well, but I actually managed to win in rainy Spain in AOR. But of course, it's a new game, a game which unfortunately I don't like as much as 2017. Even I'm not good at it, unfortunately, but yeah, neither way, I do love the wet, and you can see now, I'm just going to go for a lap. It's actually quite early in the session, yeah, I've set an initial banker lap, which is being invalidated, but I'm just trying to push out now. I mean, it should dry out a bit later in the session, but just trying to get a really good banker lap in. Of course, I know I can put in quite a good lap in the wet and start as far as possible, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be a dry race, so it might hinder me and Jaeger a bit, considering, yeah, the wheel, I mean, the pad is actually really good in the wet, so I'm sure we would have both liked a wet race, but you can see already I think a second up on my last lap, so it's looking like an alright lap. The last sector though, you actually have to get really lucky, to be honest, because there's two auto spin curbs. There's one on the as you go up the hill on the left hander. There's also the right hander as well, so you have to be really careful there if you in order when you put the throttle down, especially if you're running the likes of medium or no traction. So yeah, I mean, this track isn't the hardest. I mean, Monaco, as you'll see in my OR video, is even more of a nightmare. But I wouldn't say, I mean, you have to manage quite a lot of stuff like the tyre temperatures, which play a massive factor around it. So it is quite hard in that regard, and it's actually quite a technical track for this game. It's quite a pleasant challenge. So you can see there, as we're going to start our next lap, we're already up, but then we actually lose the back end again. So we're going to try to flat out this corner now. We're actually going to tap the curb, and that's never a good idea because see now we actually have a bit of kick, and it's going to spit us out into the wall, and yeah, we actually lose our tyre. We tried to correct it, but what actually happened is I felt the car going a bit. Of course, then you snap to the right, but of course you can't ease it to the right because I'm on a pad, so it snapped to the right. Then I saw it go to the right, so I snapped to the left, and then I find myself in the wall. But you still managed to qualify P3 in the end. Jaeger, of course, qualified ahead of us, but Kozia once again puts it on pole, and Aki in P4. So the top four quite a bit clear of everyone else. So I thought it should be a really good battle, considering Jaeger is 3 points ahead of me in the championship. I thought I could have a really good battle with him for the top 3, and I thought this could be my chance to sort of take a stand in the championship. So from 3-3, I've got it all to do. I'm going to do the one stop, obviously, because it's the fastest strategy. But yeah, I also tried to see the 2 stop, how much slower it would be, because I was weighing it up, to be honest, because I don't know if you saw my AOR video, but I lost so much time in my medium stint, but that was probably because I was slow more than anything else. So once again, I will go for the one stop. I just think it's the most wise thing to do on this game, and in the last game. But you can see now, I'm going to underfuel the car a bit, and yeah, I was just trying to get a good start. Jaeger sort of told me I needed to manage my tyre temperatures, which was good advice after AOR, to be honest, because I really struggled there. But you can see both Ferraris going to be attacking the McLaren into turn 1. 5 lights are out, and away we go, and we get a really bad start, and we get mugged by one person. You can see another person's there, and all of a sudden I've lost 2 positions off the start, and there's the third one up my inside as keyboards there. You can see actually Pixelmeister come from 8th to all the way get into 4th, so a brilliant start from him, but we just can't get the starts right. And I don't know what it is with the revs, but I mean, it's so technical this season, which is not getting the right, as Keyboard goes for an absolute mad one up my inside, completely misjudges it, but he keeps the position nonetheless. So yeah, a bit questionable, but you can see already P6, and we're losing a lot of time to the leaders, so I knew I had to get past Keyboard quick, and I still had a chance in the top 4. Pixelmeister was still actually quickly disappearing up the road, but Keyboard was defending, and in this stage I knew I had to get past him, because the more and more time I'm losing behind him, the quicker these guys are going to disappear up the field. Even so, you can see actually we're actually still keeping tabs with the leaders. Jaeger's actually not too far off the road, so I was actually fine with this position. Keyboard was going a good pace. You can see actually clipped the curb a bit hard. We tried to correct. We're on the grass, and that's never a good idea. As I was saying, 2 auto spin curbs. We tapped the first one, and then we have to try to correct it. Albeit I did actually touch the grass, so I suppose that's probably why I spun round. But yeah, to me, I was pretty pissed off. It's so hard to get that right, and I've just touched the curbs, and really, in hindsight, I don't know if it would have been a good idea, but I would have actually gone in full traction, because this track is an absolute nightmare sometimes when it comes to traction, and just like that, my race is completely ruined. Mikael Heiner's got so much more pace over me, and once again, I'm thinking all the way back to Australia, in which I had no pace whatsoever. So from going from 8th to 1st to 2nd, to effectively P1 in Azerbaijan, so back to the back again. It's not really good. It's been that whole pendulum effect. And with Jaeger struggling, but still out front, it's not looking good. But you can see he's actually been overtaken by Aki. So I thought if I actually had a good start, I could actually get right on the back of him. I was really pissed off right now. So I was trying to get past Mikuhan, just trying to get back into the top 5. I knew Pixelmeister and the guys in front of him would be too fast. And I know Miku's really fast as well. Of course, in Australia he had the pace over me. But he gets me back. Just really me caught lapping there and leaving too much space. Just not wanting to crash because I've already been involved in one. But I just really need to get past these people as quick as possible, as now we're actually behind the train. And yeah, 30 air really setting in now. So just trying to get past as quick as possible so I can just salvage the best possible result from this race, because the top 6 are so far up the road, because we've got a bit of a train forming now. As you can see, Mikuhan actually has dispatched these two, really yet to do so. So Mikuhan really fast in order to do that. But yeah, we're struggling to get past Keyboard, who's unfortunately fallen back like we did. But we're going to try to get up the inside, but we're losing even more time to Danny, as once again Keyboard wants to defend. So of course he got the position on us on lap 1 by extending a bit, but he's now defending like his life depends on it. But I'm fine with that. It's good defense, and once again tried to overtake him, but he's doing a really good job, to be honest. I've got to commend him. I was really pissed off at this stage because I really needed to get past him if I wanted to actually compete with Jaeger up front. But I knew that was out of the question right now. This is just damage limitation from this point onwards. I'm just really hoping that I get a better result in Monaco, which was pretty, well, it's not really going to happen. But yeah, but right now I just knew I was bleeding points to Jaeger, so I just had to get as many points as I could right now. And P9 is not how you do it, but I knew I could get these 2 positions, P7 and maybe a P6 up the road. But Miku was disappearing so fast. He managed to get these guys really quickly. Meanwhile, I still hadn't got past one of them, as Keyboard actually rejoins quite aggressively. We take a bit too much curb, and that's us pretty much in the wall. Unfortunately, we don't get damaged, but once again, we're set back another 5 seconds. And at this point, I was already more than 30 seconds behind the leaders, and I was just bleeding time everywhere. My tyres were still about a centigrade too hot, which means on this game that they're absolute cancer to drive. As you can see now, all over the place. And yeah, I was not liking this race at all. Once you get a bit of heat in the tyres, it's really unpleasant to drive in this game, especially with the I mean, I'm not even low traction. I feel sorry for them, but I mean, yeah, just me not being good at this game, I suppose. But I just haven't played it a lot, and as a result, I haven't been able to adapt to these new physics. As Gianni goes into the pits, and yeah, we're going to inherit P7, but it's nothing to boast about at this stage. I've still got a lot of work to do. And Mikuhan is so far up the road, and he's on the 1 stop as well. So this was really depressing at this point, because I knew that as I go into the pits, we're nearly a pit stop behind Mark, the new guy Mark, who's right now actually in net P6. So I knew that if I wanted to get P6, I would need to gain pretty much a pit stop on him. I knew he was going to pit again, but of course he'd be on fresher tyres than us. And yeah, so we really need to make this undercut work effectively if we wanted to actually get out ahead of him still. But yeah, it was not looking good, and we're down to 7th again. And yeah, I just wanted to get the race to sort of improve. So now we're down to 8th. We're going to be well ahead of both Mercedes, but this was not going well. And still P2 was comfortable, but with the likes of Aki and Kozia consistently competing with Jaeger at the front, I'm quickly becoming quite irrelevant in this championship battle. So we need to try to keep it going, of course. But yeah, this was a really depressing race for me. Just like AOR Spain and AOR Monaco, this was really paining me, because of course to go from actually competing for the win last race to competing right at the back was really depressing, to say the least. It just shows how noobish I am still at this game, because we get Danny in the end, but of course we've still got so much more work to do. And Mikuhan is dropping us like a lead balloon, just like Reborn Destroyer dropped us last time, and it was really depressing. You can see he even made a you can see there's actually a lap car there, which we're about to lap, but I think that is Keyboard, who is actually disconnected. But you see Mark Woolpit, he's on the actually mediums for some reason, so he's going to have a really fresh mediums. But he's going to be quite a bit behind us, so we managed to pull off a bit of an overcut, so we should be able to protect P6, and yeah, we actually were able to in the end. We had a few penalties, so I wasn't sure that if we would actually hold it, but yeah, we were able to hold it quite comfortably track-wise. Yeah, Mikuhan even made a mistake, fell within 5 seconds, but then just pulled out exponentially, and just shows my lack of pace, really. It's same in Austria, same in Spain. I don't know how I can go from being at the front to being at the back within a race, but it just shows I do not have a grasp in this game whatsoever. And we crossed the line for a disappointing P6 as I tried to crash it in the wall. I didn't even get that done effectively. And an 8 points. Well, although I'll take it, we now find ourselves 20 points behind Jaeger in the standings, and it is not looking good whatsoever. As we once again just try to sort of we just need to consolidate this in the next few races and just try to improve what we've done today. But you see Jaeger actually was P2 on track behind Kozia, who did a 2-stop, so actually managed to win. But Kozia actually had a few seconds of penalties, so once again Jaeger will take a victory, and Jaeger will extend his gap exponentially on us in the standings. And we've got Aki for company as well, and Mikuhan. So yeah, we're not, our P2 isn't even secured, so it's not looking good for us at all. In the constructors as well, Ferrari, well, we do maintain our lead, but again, that's sort of Jaeger's doing, not mine. As we look through the standings, and it's race standings, and yeah, another P6 really not that good for us. But yeah, at the front, Pixelmeister had a really good start. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalise on it. Apart from that, but the top three very close together. Aki driving another brilliant race. Kozia as well. Of course, he was very fast last race, but just was unfortunately crashed into the wall, so wasn't actually able to prove that pace. But yeah, another depressing race for us. But hopefully, we can have a better race next time. See you then.